Go for it. All right, what's up, everybody? Zach and I
What's
are here.
up? Yeah,
Got another
we're a little
retro.
late, but you know us revival boys, we always late. Ah,
Yeah, for once, Zach had the internet problems, but he's got it fixed up now. So it's our weekly retro rampage. Zach, why don't you explain to everybody at home there what we're going to be doing? Because I'm unfamiliar with this title.
we're playing Ori and the Blind Forest. It came out 2015 on Xbox One, and I think it's only on Xbox right now.
Okay. Is it like a Metroidvania game?
It is, baby, it is. And we're just gonna pick a new slot, normal mode. And yeah, it's got a opening here, which I'll let play out, just in case I ever decide to play through the whole game, because this is one I might come back to.
Are we actually streaming this stuff? Because it's not on Twitch.
You sure?
Yeah,
Refresh the page.
I just did. Let's see. Oh, there it is now.
All right.
Cool.
So yeah, this game dark as fuck. It was made by Moon Studios. I'm being swallowed by a Moon Studio. And if I ever lose my head, I will be fucking dead. Yeah,
We've had a surplus. We've had a surplus of these Metroidvania games in the last few years. Isn't it getting a little tired?
No, I love this shit.
I know, but like, there's just too many now. Like, for example, when they released in the last few weeks, or last month, when they released that Castlevania like 2-pack on the PSN,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was that big of a deal because we have so many of these fucking games out now. Like, you know, if they released that like a few years ago, maybe it would have been a bigger deal. But this doesn't look Metroidvania at all. You look like a fat fuck walking through the woods.
This isn't the game yet. We're setting up the story, baby.
Oh,
Anybody in the chat?
Oh, not yet, man. So
Yeah,
that's all right.
I
We'll
didn't
just
see
kinda-
a lot of people reacted to the posts that we were going live, so maybe no one's even there to watch.
Yeah.
If a tree falls
also-
in the woods, and no one's there to hear it, does it happen? If Revival House streams and no one's there to watch it, did it happen?
I don't know, but you know, we also didn't alert people as far in advance this time around, and we were kind of late by a couple of days because we had some fuck ups. But and I don't know how many stragglers we'll get on a game like this, to be honest with you, because it's not like, you know, it's not like Mac doing RE7 and shit.
Yeah, fuck Mac. Mac took my the game I was gonna do. I was gonna, you know, that's what you snooze, you lose. I guess I was like, oh, yo, I gotta wait till around Halloween to do that because it's a scary game, and I just gotta jump on it. So, what the fuck we waiting for? Doing like Silent Hill? We might as well start doing Silent Hill games now.
No, I feel you. We got William Lowry on, man. What's up, dude?
Boy, William, he's always there for us, baby. He never lets us down. And if we got something to fuck up, he's there to watch it get fucked up. And
Rock
that's the
on,
thing.
man. Have you played this game, man? Talking to you, William. I ain't never played it.
Yeah, Aaron's he's a fucking noob to this game, and he will always be a noob. Because
Hey, we got Mendoza just joined the party.
Mendoza. That's our boy. Oh wow!
So-
I wasn't paying attention. I was supposed to be playing now.
Yeah, play the game. Is this a game that's super long? Is it something we can, you know, beat in a sit down, or is it a big thing?
It'd probably be about like 5 hours to play through the whole thing.
Okay, so not gonna happen.
Definitely gotta get a part 1.
We need to do some bigger like everybody's playing Super Smash Brothers right now. It's got to be like the #1 trending thing next to.
Well, then everybody
You know,
else can go
probably
watch their video. Fuck them.
I want to play it, man. I got it.
Well, then play it. I don't got it.
Hey, we got to really show up because Adrian just said he stopped watching porn for this. So
Oh,
come on, man.
he's probably watching one of those fucking ones that he sent us. The Russ Ritter, baby. Russ Rutter.
I don't-
Stephen Jeffries.
I don't watch that shit, man.
Yeah,
see,
fucking Aaron. He's a fucking. He's just a party pooper.
Adrian, what porn did you stop watching for this? Zach wants to know.
Yeah, I want to know. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how big was the cocks in them, and how nice was the nuts they were shooting?
Yeah, he's just
You
agreeing
know,
with you that Russ Rudder rules.
there's a fad going around where people want bigger cum shots, so they'll inject saline into their balls, and then they come it out, which is painful to think about.
I mean, do you think Peter North is shooting them ropes all natural, or you think he's using the saline?
Oh, back then they were probably real. I don't know though.
He was an OG.
This is
Oh,
a
see,
newer thing.
Adrian was watching glory hole porn, big dicks and big nuts. That's all right.
I remember there was this one guy I used to always watch, and it was always like him and some other guy recording. It was some black dude with like a huge dick, and I always thought like that has to be a fake dick. And he always shot like the fattest fucking nuts, and it was genius.
That's gross.
And just
Hey,
like
William, I'm with you, man. He says he's not played this. He doesn't have an Xbox One. He's been too busy playing Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on the PS4. I've been playing that too. I bought it when it first came out, and I played Warped, and I didn't get 100% on it, but I got pretty far into it. Anyway, I just dusted it off a few days ago, and I started playing Crash 2. So I'm knee deep in that, and I forgot how much harder those games get, like the older they are. So the first
yeah,
one's the
like I
hardest.
don't have enough patience to play through them anymore.
Like the first one's the toughest. The second one is substantially harder than three. Three's got some difficult levels, but it ain't got nothing on two, man. Once you enter that fourth, even the fourth warp zone and the fifth warp zone, it gets fucking amped up. And I like how they even warn you too. I think the boss Cortex comes out and says it's going to get much harder from here, Crash. And he's not bullshitting.
Would you have sucked Cortex a dick?
No.
What you drinking? You got Starbucks or I always call it Starburst. That's infinitely danker.
Oh man, Adrian says them nuts aren't fake, man. They're legit. Big
Hell
natural
yeah.
nuts.
I wish I could bust a nut that big, but it would suck if you were jacking off. You had to fucking clean up a whole fucking ton of liquid afterwards.
Yeah. William, you got that shit on Black Friday, man, for $20. What else did you get on Black Friday? I got a few things. So I bought Crash, like I said, when it first came out. I paid the full 40, but I was tempted to double dip and get it on the Nintendo Switch as well when they had it on sale. But I mean, I guess I can't justify getting it right now. The thing about video games and stuff is they're always going to be there for the most part. I mean, there's certain titles that could become rare, but big titles like that, they're always going to be there. And the longer you wait, if you know you're not going to have time to play it or you got another version of it, it's just going to decrease in price. So it pays to wait. I don't know how many times I bought in games and I didn't get around to playing them for a while, and I bought them at full price. And by the time I actually was ready to dust that shit off, man, they were like $20 games. It's like, well, that was fucking money down the toilet.
You know what I'm gonna be playing as soon as it fucking comes out though is the new Resident Evil. And the other day I realized like, holy shit, that comes out next month, and I got really stoked all of a sudden. Like, fuck yeah!
Yeah, we're both excited for that. We're gonna have to do we're gonna do a complete playthrough of that, but I have to enjoy it. I'm gonna buy that day one,
Oh yeah.
but I have to have the solo experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm pretty sure it won't take us long to do that because I'll probably start playing it, and I don't have to like 100% it or anything, but just I need to get through the campaign, the story, the general gist, and then we can do an entire playthrough of that, and that'll be cool because if we're quick enough, it'll probably help us out to do those relevant and newer games as far as getting some straggler followers in here and some people watching and stuff. I don't know if many people are just going to randomly stumble and be searching for Ori. I really don't think so.
It was a huge game when it came out, but it came out in 2015, like I said. And there's a new one coming out. I forget what the sequel's called, but it'll come out sometime when it's finished.
Well, the thing is that I really like games and I love games, but I can't stand gaming culture, if that makes sense. And it's like heavy metal. Like I love metal, I like all that shit. But man, do I hate fucking fans of that shit sometimes. Same thing with video games. Um, I don't. They're so passive. Like this game's 3 years old. They're on to the next thing every week. Of course, they forgot about it. I still play games from fucking 25, 30 years ago. But, right now, everybody's playing Red Dead. That's going to last until the next game comes out, right? And then it's going to be about that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when the original Resident Evil 2 was a huge fucking deal. This new one's going to come out, and it'll get talked about for a solid month. And then the headlines will have to make room for the new games,
Mm.
And it'll just become
Fucking Devil May Cry 5, I guess, was gonna come out the same month, but people were saying it was. I never saw confirmation of that, but then people were like, "Oh, they pushed it back, but it's done. Why did they do that?" They're getting all pissed. It's like, well, having to come out the same month as Capcom already has Resident Evil coming out. That'd be stupid to compete with themselves.
yeah.
So
I got no interest in Devil May Cry, and that game doesn't look too good to me. It's not my thing.
It's because you get sucked by dick. But no, I was actually thinking about. I'm looking forward to it, and I was thinking about maybe stripping a ball in order. Oh look, what's this like? You go to the right, and you can't go yet. It's kind of a nod at this point. Like, oh yeah, let's make it so that at first you try to go right but can't. That'd be donk. So,
It is a beautiful game, Adrian. Yeah, it's really pretty to look at. I mean, I'm not really following what's going on yet.
Yeah,
but,
I let the whole intro play. I've only seen the intro once because you can skip it every time you play the game afterwards, and I just let it play because I have a feeling I'm probably going to come back to this and do other parts to it at some point.
Gotcha. Hey, William, I did see that new teaser poster for the new Sonic movie where he's all jacked and he's got furry arms.
He's doing fucking the roids, baby.
And people are losing their shit because, nerds.
Mm-hmm.
Nerds lose their shit when stuff's not like faithful to whatever it's adapted from.
If they whenever they make that new Mario movie, it should be like a bunch of fucking Arnold Schwarzeneggers playing, all the characters. Just piss off the nerds.
Well, I mean, it's going to be an animated movie, so it's probably going to look a lot like the games.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Trying to figure out when his Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 Blu-ray is going to arrive, says William. You pre-ordered that shit in November. It came out today. Well, according to Shout Factory, if you pre-ordered that bitch, aren't you supposed to get it like a fucking week before street date or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean,
that sucks about companies. They come around, they do this shit, they put out good stuff that other people aren't doing, then they overcharge, and then their customer service sucks. That's great.
I mean, it's just gonna make people not pre-order anymore. Pre-ordering is worthless. I mean, I guess if you really care about lithographs and all that bullshit they throw in there, which oftentimes you can get that shit even 3 months after it releases. When I got the Steelbook for Shocktober, like Life Force and gosh, I can't remember the other title. They still came with that shit. They came with the lithograph and the whole 9 yards. And I can vouch that what everybody says is true. It came fucked up. The posters came fucked up in these crazy fragile tubes, and they were crushed. And the posters are crushed. I mean, I didn't care about them, and I didn't ask for them anyway, so I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. But and then
I just remembered that like I was shaving and I fucked up and had to like just trim the whole thing. But I thought it'd be funny if I had a mustache, and you can't even really tell because it's so dark. Yeah,
you look the same to me. I guess Zach shaved. He's a baby face right now. He's got a porno stash. But oh man, not to mention during that shipment, I also got Night of the Demons Steelbook, and that fucker came. It wasn't just a dent in the Steelbook. It was like it got rolled over by a car. It was caved in the middle. It was horrible. Like how that left the sorting facility. I don't know.
Yeah, and I've been saving up because fucking Christmas coming up, and I gotta spend all my money on other people for once, which I don't like doing. But the thing is I was all excited for Critters the box set. I never got to get it, and now it's not even on Amazon anymore, and it's like, what the fuck? It's on their website though.
Well, that means Amazon will get more in, I'm sure. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So William's saying that for that title, they were saying they weren't going to be able to do the 2 weeks early thing that they typically do. And you're supposed to be reviewing that bitch this month, along with part one. So, do you have to? Are you looking to review the actual Blu-ray, this transfer, or you just need to review the movie? Have you never seen it? I mean, can you still do
I
your
think he's
review
seen
without the
it.
copy? Is what I'm saying.
I think he's a big fan of that movie. And we got a surprise for you tomorrow coming, babe. Yeah, I think you're gonna enjoy what we put out tomorrow, William.
Oh, we'll just fucking tell him we did Silent Night,
No,
Deadly
you
Night 2.
shouldn't, because it would be it'd make it seem more mysterious if we didn't.
No, I don't care. So we're an intimate group right here. So we did Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 commentary with Mac as well,
But
and that'll be
sadly, sorry, William, we weren't enjoying the movie.
yeah. The movie's really shitty. So if you want some help reviewing that, I'll give you a review right now. I mean, shit sandwich. It's not very good.
Yeah, it's a movie called Shark Sandwich. And, the review is only 2 words: shit sandwich.
Yeah. So, but interesting commentary nonetheless. And we put up our commentary for the first movie that Mac and Zach did last year, and I was a guest on that. Or was that 2 years ago? Fuck.
It's 2 years ago, baby.
That was a long time ago. So that's on Revival Classics this week.
So hopefully you didn't watch the movie with that whenever it re-released, because you'll be watching it again at the first 40 minutes. You'll be watching the whole movie during the first 40 minutes of the next movie, basically.
Yeah. No, I still haven't watched my copy of Life Force yet. I got way too much shit stockpiling up.
If you know Aaron, you know that he might not have watched it yet because he's too fucking lazy to just walk over to his TV, grab it, and put it in. So Aaron, it is streaming on Prime, so now you have more of an, you can do it now.
Well, if I've never seen it before, I always watch the superior version that I have at my disposal. After that, I don't care, and then I'll stream it. I've been trying to work through the 4K Blu-rays I acquired since I'm new to that. So, which, by the way, for the first time ever, I got a brand new movie off Amazon, and they've since replaced it. But I got Halloween on 4K, right? Mm-hmm. And I went to go watch it, and I opened that bitch up, and there was no disc in there.
What?
And it was sealed.
That happened to me once during Christmas. I got it was from GameStop. It was a used copy of Twin Snakes. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes.
Well, this wasn't used. This was brand new, and it was being sold straight through Amazon too. And so it was just a fuck up copy, I guess, right?
I've seen that there are people that got the Critters box set, and I saw somebody in the reviews basically posted his sealed copy that had 2 copies of Critters 2 and no copy of Critters 3.
Oh man. Well, and in that Critters box set, the actual physical case, it's just cardboard, right? It looks like it's cardboard.
Probably, yeah.
It looks pretty flimsy. I don't like that's the only thing about ordering from Amazon. It's convenience. Obviously, you get shit quick, and their customer service is really easy to deal with, and they'll usually make shit right when they fuck up. But like, they damage shit. I guarantee you they're gonna stuff that Bible thick cardboard Critters box into a paper envelope, and it's going to get all kinds of crushed. Mm-hmm.
So these are the Chozo statues, if you will. But yeah, you get your new fucking abilities from it, baby. Yeah, for anybody listening, do I sound quieter than Aaron, or are we pretty level? I'm trying something new with this one.
Yeah, give us some feedback on that. How do we sound compared to one another?
I might be a little lower.
Let's see. Movie itself, when they announced the Blu-ray earlier, I figured I might as well pre-order it. Okay, so he's just reviewing the movie, so I'm sure you've seen it a million times, or there's ways you can watch it elsewhere. You can, I don't know, fucking watch our commentary tomorrow. I don't know. Let's see. There's actually a few documentaries.
Our commentary, just like, I'm reviewing the commentary of this movie that isn't on the Blu-ray. Sorry, guys.
Shout Factory should commission us to do their fucking commentaries. Whenever they can't get the people to do them, the actual stars, which they never do. Like, you can tell when it's a slow month, and they got the fucking art director or someone to do the commentary. Like, great.
Basically, anybody involved in the movie doesn't want to have anything to do with it.
They should call us, because we'll do it. And he says there's actually a new documentary in the works about Eric Freeman. Yeah, Ricky, called Finding Freeman. Was
That's
not aware.
genius.
He says if worst comes worse, he'll watch Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 legally online. So you don't have any sort of copy or anything on VHS or anything?
It
Probably
was
pretty
hard
rare.
to get for a while, and then out of nowhere, for a long time, the only way you could get part two was a double feature with the first one. And then out of nowhere, like I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I don't know, fucking what's it called? Anchor Bay reissued it. It was funny because I used to every like Christmas, family would come over, and friends of family, and one year I put in the original Silent Night Deadly Night, and it just became a tradition to watch it every year. And they were like,
What?
where can I get a copy of this? And I was like, it's really fucking hard to get. And then whenever they reissued it, I bought everybody a copy. It's pretty donk. It's only
That's
like
pretty cool.
$5.
Well, I love the first one. The second one's a big pile of shit. And Zach speculates that that's what they're going to be doing on the Joe Bob December quasi marathon, 4 movies.
Apparently, people are thinking that's not the case on like message boards. So people are saying, I don't know where they get the logic from, but they're saying like, oh, I think it's going to be Phantasm. Because they had the rights to all the Phantasm. They're basically saying it based on in the fucking in the like trailer or teaser for it. He says something like these movies don't make a lick of sense. So they're like, oh, it's Phantasm. It's like, well,
But where's the Christmas theme?
I don't know. Maybe they're not choosing one as a Christmas theme. I don't know. But the fucking sequels to Silent Night Deadly Night don't make a lick of sense either. So
Which shocking. William just said that this will be his first time watching part 2. He's never seen it.
really? See,
Yeah.
he might even be a little underwhelmed. It might be one of those movies where he always heard about it and thought, this has to be great.
You
But,
know that
we
YouTube
assure you,
video
man,
where it just shows the garbage day scene? That's it. That's all you need. That's like the whole fucking thing. It really is. William also said that we sound fine and sexy, Zach. So I guess her audio's good. Adrian clearly can't quit touching himself because he said he can't stop watching porn. He's talking to Will. He's having
That's
a dialogue
fine.
with
I
him.
do that sometimes whenever we're recording. I'll just be watching porn, and they don't even know. And I'll catch a mean fap out, and they won't even know.
Hey, William. So you said you got your copy of the first movie on eBay. Was that recently, or had you seen the movie prior? I'm assuming you'd watched that one. Like, oh, it's so funny because William just asked, if you don't mind me asking, to Adrian, why watch porn? And Adrian, being as truthful and Omega as always and straight to the point, he just says, I watched it to jack off. He says, I watched it to jack off. I mean, there you go, man. I mean, you ask.
That was
and
one of my
tells.
favorite lines from Clerks 2. He said, why were you jacking off in the men's room? And he said, I wanted to come. And it's like it's so blunt and honest. I look up to that. I want to. If I ever have kids, I want to be that blunt and honest with them.
See,
Hey,
I think anybody
Dad, why
that
do I exist? I wanted to come.
yeah, I mean, it's a no bullshit type
Oh
of
fuck!
approach.
I
So
just died, and I don't remember the last time I saved. That sucks. Yeah, I've been used. Okay, I'm remembering now. I'm fine.
okay, wait, this is getting good. I'm actually interested in this. So William responded, "Well, that's what most guys and gals use it for. I personally say no to porn. See, I think regardless of anybody's stand, I don't do porn either. But like, I respect anybody's no bullshit attitude. You know, somebody that like, Zach's like that too. Like he'll tell you straight up, well, I watch it to jack off or whatever. You know, fair
To
enough.
cum.
You're
I
not
don't.
wrong.
I don't necessarily watch even like jacking off. I just like cubbing, which tells all the ladies out there what kind of lover I am.
But William did say, I personally say no to porn, and then he followed up with recently. So you had a problem with it before, and you just had to nip that in the bud. Did you have that software, Covenant Eyes, that parents would put on their children's computers so they can see and they get alerted every time their child looks up porn? I had a buddy that his parents placed that on him, and he was a grown-ass adult, and he came from like a Christian household, which is fine and cool. But yeah, he had Covenant Eyes because he's like, yeah, I used to have a porn addiction.
That's
I was like,
donk.
oh, okay.
That's like
Nah,
one of the least
it's-
bad things to be addicted to, really.
Well, it depends on who you are, man. Some people people take that stuff to extremes. Obviously it grows bigger and bigger like any kind of addiction, and it ruins families, man. I think porn is an
Family
addiction.
should be ruined. I just fucking died on the same
Yeah,
spot. I didn't save right before I went. I'm such a fucking noob.
I
I'm a
know.
fucking asshole. Fuck me.
Spoiler alert: we're not going to beat this game. I'm kind of looking forward to finishing this so I can play some fucking Crash 2. I'm bouncing back between Crash Bandicoot 2, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate,
And
and
not a good game. He's not gonna finish Metal Gear Solid 5 anytime
well,
soon.
and I've been thinking about trying to balance that in there too because I really want. It's been a while. I got so burnt on it, man, for a while because I had put so much time into it, and but I'm
You
about to the point
realize,
where
like part 3, where if you save during the end boss battle and don't come back for a while, he'll die. You might go to it and immediately see a new mission now.
yeah. So I'm gonna relive it. I'm gonna go back into it and hopefully knock it out and get it over with.
See, look, I'm such a
Oh,
fucking, I'm such a
okay.
cunt.
Sorry, I was bombing on the context there. So when he said recently, he wasn't referring to the porn thing. He was talking about ordering the Blu-ray of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1. Sorry, man, I wasn't trying to like spotlight that.
I thought you were cooler. That mistake made you cooler in my book, William. Like, oh, he
Let's see
doesn't
here.
watch it now, but he used to at least. He used to be cool. I'm just playing, babe.
So, your job was killing you and your boss was an asshole. So it's so funny. Everybody expresses their outlets and they have their vices, and it comes in many forms. So some people get stressed at the workplace or with family, whatever, and they turn to booze, or they turn to being verbally or physically abusive, and some people turn to porn. I mean, it's just I think where that comes from is when people turn to porn. I think it's a realm where they're in charge, right? So like, let's say someone goes to work and they're getting shit on by their superiors, or they're in a marriage where they're run over by their spouse or something like that and always getting dominated over. I think when somebody watches porn, maybe that's like a personal fantasy in their head where they're in charge, right? And it's coming across in the form of aggressive sex or whatever, or it's just a fantasy where nobody says no to you. It's your way. I don't know. I think it's more psychological than just like what's playing out on the film. Maybe not to Zach. Zach watches that mommy fucking daughter, daddy daughter shit. We've already been over that. And he watches the mommy porn. That's fucking disgusting, man.
That's dog. That's fucked up. It's just
He
genius.
watches that POV mommy porn.
The best is the fucking, you're a kid wearing a diaper and the babysitter's changing you and jacking you off. That's the best.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Holy shit. That's a good question, Adrian. Zach, have you ever walked into a toilet stall, and have you ever seen a thick batch on the toilet seat?
No.
No, man. I don't want to go to your
I
restaurant.
would totally look it up, though, if I did.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, not only are you looking up a thick batch, as he put it, you're also looking a fucking toilet seat.
Exactly.
I mean, you're getting so much for your buck there. That's so disgusting. Uh, let's see. Adrian, you also say, Aaron, you seem like a wholesome guy.
Is it goody fucking
That-
two shoes, is what I think.
No, it's
I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. It's on a cutscene. I'll be right back.
All right, go for it. You see, this Zach guy, man, he never has a drink ready. I got my shit all ready to go. I seem like a wholesome guy that has my vices in check. How do I do it? Man, I'm a human being. I put my pants on one leg at a time like everybody else. I've got my vices too. I mean, whether or not I can readily acknowledge them or think of them, I'm sure they're there. I've got my things. I try and make vices positive if I can, because we got to have some kind of outlet. Some people just choose to go down a negative path or something that's destructive, but some people choose to do good things with it, productive things with it. Some people like to work out. Some people develop running addictions. That stuff releases endorphins. So I try my best to do stuff like that, or write. Like, I love to write, man. So I let out a lot of steam and a lot of internal stuff in writing. So something productive.
We can share our endorphins.
Oh, what the fuck, man? Max on. What's happened?
What is up? Leave me a message.
He said he's asking you what the fuck happened to Metal Gear Solid, man. Why'd you go down the fuckboy path?
Well, you did want to do two things at the same time. That's what's so great. You could just, if you want to do a part two, you could do it fucking a year later if you decide to. Who gives a shit?
We got some follow up here. Adrian, he says, I was in college and I walked in and saw a freshly squeezed batch on the toilet seat. I've always wanted to know who it was. I
Yeah,
don't.
maybe it was me. Where'd you go to college at? I used to do that all the time. I'm not even kidding. I used to go around doing it in the like kids' restrooms at preschools. That was the dankest. That's where you really get your rocks off. That's not funny, is it? I just saw Aaron look at me like, don't say that.
That's fucking dark, man. William, let's see. William, you love to write, but during those dark times, I had no urge to write because of said job and because I was looking at smut, which wasn't helping. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. You've got a certain void you have to fill. And so if you were already occupying it with something negative, like you're saying the smut, there's no room for the positive. So the key is to keep that fucking filth out, or the negativity out.
I've never been like, oh, I like porn so much I have to do it every day. It's just like, oh, it's there. It's something cool to do.
It's different for everybody. Like I said, maybe that's not something that you're prone to excess with, but you have your things, right? So, Zach has lost a ton of weight, man. He's looking fucking sexy as shit. By the way, you're under 200 pounds, man, and he's a pretty tall motherfucking guy, man. Like you're pretty
that's
much
where I wanted to get because I looked on the BMI and I saw like, oh, I know the BMI is technically bullshit and it doesn't factor in a lot of stuff.
No, it doesn't factor in so many things. Yeah.
I basically just wanted to. Okay, I want to get to where that says I'm normal, and as soon as I did, I was like, okay, that's good. And just getting under 200 exactly, like 199 said I was normal.
But maybe, I mean, I can't speak for you. I know everybody's different, but was food a thing for you? Like so it could be in the form of porns. People can overeat. People can, like I said, or they can
I used to just eat like just to do it, not really because I was hungry. I guess it kind of was a habit. It became a habit. Like I used to get pizza all the fucking time. I never really cared about fitness at all my whole life until kind of recently.
Yeah, it's funny how you start caring about that shit when you cross into starting your fourth decade. Actually, that's what it would be when you're in your 30s. But yeah, Adrian says congrats.
Yeah, thanks, Bab. I just opened up a shortcut. I don't have to go this way. I forgot. I played a game there for a second.
Oh, that's all right, man. We can talk about other shit. Oh, so yeah, congrats. It is. You lost over 100 fucking pounds. It was like way more than that, right? I don't know. It's a lot.
156.
156 pounds in like what, a year?
10 months. It said.
10 months. That's insane. So there you go, man. He's
crazy. And now it's weird because now I changed it from lose weight, like lose 2 pounds a week, to maintain weight, and all of a sudden I have all these extra fucking calories. I'm like I can't even like the first day I was like I gotta eat a shit ton of extra stuff to just get to where I can just keep it this way.
Yeah, let's see here. William, I overcame the obstacle. My boss left right as college started last summer. I cleaned myself up, got a new hairstyle, and got back to writing starting this year. I've felt great ever since. Besides, finally got a girlfriend. Booyah, all thanks to Mac and Zach, right? And we got to make Mac happy. He's saying this game looks pretty dank, as you guys would say. Tell us about it, Zach. I think he's mad because you're not talking about the game. Give him something.
It's a fucking Metroid-esque, Castlevania-esque type of game, and it's for a dog. It's for a fucking dog, Bible.
Oh god, I gotta piss, but I'm gonna hold it.
Yeah, I do want to do Castlevania Symphony of the Night at some point, but I would have done it. Would have been like the first thing we ever did, but Aaron hasn't played it yet. And it's weird because I never knew he didn't play it until like, I don't know, a couple months ago. He just said, yeah, I started playing it, but I never finished it ever. And I was like, I'm dog, dude. I'm jealous. You get to play it for the first time.
Mac wants me to join the dark side and piss in a bottle like you guys do. He says, "I've only got this Starbucks cup."
Are you a coffee liker? A coffee drinker?
This actually had dark hot chocolate in it.
Yeah,
but
see,
yes,
hot chocolate is donk. I never liked coffee, though.
but I am a coffee drinker, and I go through phases. Like sometimes I'll go through bouts where I'll drink coffee daily, like just black coffee. I'm not fancy and I don't drink
Oh,
anything bad.
you like Black Flag? Do you listen to that song while you drink black coffee?
Yeah. Sometimes I go without drinking it at all. So
Yeah, I go without drinking it always.
William, why did you and Mac decide to piss during the Leprechaun 3 commentary? I'm pretty sure Adrian got off on that moment. Hey, you know what, man? Good luck. I mean, I'm glad if
I was
anybody
listening
did.
to it. It was ASMR inducing because Max started pissing. I'm like, oh yeah, fill me up. Oh, and it was like just something about it. It gave me the tingles. I got a boner to myself getting pissed off. That's weird. I mean, it's not
Oh,
weird.
man.
That's fucking completely fine and normal.
I'm looking at the sidebar on Twitch of these featured channels and what they're currently playing, and somebody called SMK Gaming is playing Super Smash right now, and I can't help but feel that's what we should be playing.
I just don't
Because that's
have it.
fun.
I wish. I'd like to have a fucking Switch. Yeah, I was gonna save up for one like a couple months ago, but then we ended up like just deciding like no, let's start doing more streams and shit. Then I was like, okay, I'll get the Elgato. And
For sure. And Mac, we got to figure out how to do that with Mac. Wasn't He's like, I don't know how to do it with a Switch, but I mean, it's just like any other device with the USB. Surely you
yeah,
can hook people.
you could just hook it up so that you're playing it on the TV. Fuck.
Yeah, or something. I mean, people obviously stream Switch games
I
like all
had a
the
little
time.
panic attack there. I was like, "Holy shit, have I saved in a while?" And I'm so stupid. I don't save often, even though all you gotta do to save is fucking just have a fucking energy cell there and press B, and that's it. I'm such a fuck up, though.
Let's see here. Yeah, I know you guys piss in bottles all the time, Mac. I have to listen to that shit when I hear the podcast.
Yeah, not that long ago, he was talking to me after we just got done recording. I think it was the Die Hard commentary, and like he sometimes he just wants to talk about random shit after the podcast. And I'm too polite to fucking say I gotta go piss. Fuck you, I'm leaving. So I'll piss in a bottle. Hopefully he doesn't notice, and he noticed. It was pretty dark.
Adrian, you're kind of commenting on what we were talking about a minute ago. Says, I guess I can confess and say that I'm at my lowest. I have not exercised in quite a while and sleep odd hours and have some anxiety and some other issues as well. Being on a weird sleep schedule, man, that'll mess you up. And I don't know what it is, man. You'd think whatever 8 hours you get at whatever time should be fine, but there's something about the sun. When you're working overnights, or I don't know what it is you do, but I've been on that pattern before, and it's like
I
when
think
you
that's
just don't
another
see
thing
the
that's
sun.
different for different people.
But man, when you don't see the sun, man, it starts weighing down your psyche, and you start reading all those statistics about cities like Seattle and San Francisco being the highest suicide rates and things like that because they're just so overcast, predominantly throughout the year. I I've done a lot of traveling, and whenever I've been in places in Europe for long periods of time, whenever I was like in the Highlands for 4 or 5 months and it's just overcast all the time, you do start to kind of feel depressed. There's something about it. I don't know.
I actually love rainy, stormy weather.
It's good in moderation, like anything else, right? When you get it every now and again, it's kind of refreshing, and it gives you an excuse to kind of be chill and relaxed and lazy. But I can't take more than like you hit me with 3 days in a row of overcast or rainy weather, and I start feeling it. So, but yeah, man, perk yourself up, man. It'll be all right. All these things pass, right? I think the biggest thing is just time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody goes through funks, and we always get through the funks. I think the sad cases is when people don't like ever acknowledge they're in a funk, and I don't know. But let's see.
A funk show, brother.
And it looks like William's got your support too, man. He's got your back. We're here to help. We can't lose the Omega. Fuck no, man.
That is the Omega. He's gonna be on a back of that T-shirt someday.
I guess Mac is calling Omega Age now. That on the news commentary.
Yeah, I accidentally called him Age for some reason. And
Okay.
I called him Adrian the Mendoza a couple times. Like,
Were you drunk?
I don't know. No, it's just a fucking part of the thing that happens whenever I go into my other character beta, and I can't even drop it now. It sucks.
To kind of share as well, I just think I'm an excessive personality, so I have to focus it on good stuff because I know the way my brain works. I mean, I could easily put that towards something bad. You know, my dad was a drug addict, my mom was an alcoholic. Just came from a home of excess, and I've always feared that I possessed a similar addictive gene. You know, so it's like I don't want to flirt with it. But there's been certain things in my life where, like anything else, I go big or go home on stuff. And so I don't know. I'm just afraid to dive too far deep into certain things. So I try and apply myself, you know, stuff that's productive, like I said, writing.
I didn't drink until I was like 24 or 5. Whatever.
Until someone said, "Hey, let's do a drunken commentary,"
Yeah,
and you're like, "Good
so
idea."
I was like, "Oh, we can record it. And it can be a podcast." See, I'll do anything as long as we can. I was willing to stick a finger up my ass for that. Whenever I had that hemorrhoid, I was gonna fucking do that on the podcast. It never came up though. I wish it did.
Is that the hemorrhoid that Adrian saw? Did you send that to
the one
Adrian?
I sent to the Omega himself.
That's gross, man. No judge, but that's gross. But no judge.
So Adrian the Mendoza, Adrian the Omega, he's literally seen my hemorrhoid and he's seen Mac's dick. It's pretty dog. Who else does that to their fans? Who else? Oh fuck! I fell right into that. That wasn't good.
Yeah.
I said fans again. You're not a fan. We suck. Who's a fan of us? People listen ironically. You're listeners.
Wait, Mac, you're at work right now, and you're just on here because you're taking a wicked shit, or is that what you're saying? Oh no! What? And it was rock hard. What? What the fuck is he talking about? He's going on about his shit. I don't know what he's even going on about.
Yeah, see, that's what sucks about Aaron. Usually me and Mac, like, he'll say, "Oh, I just took a huge shit." I'm like, "Take a picture of it." And now because Aaron's usually in the group messaging too, he'll be like, "No, no," and then I'll forget, like, you fucking party pooper.
Yeah. Wait, whoa! I gotta catch up with these. Mac was the turd snake like. That's what Adrian's saying. Mac says it hurt really bad, and he finally screamed. What the fuck? Adrian Mendoza, I'm waiting for Aaron. Waiting for Aaron what? To come I'm not like sending hemorrhoid pics, if that's what you're implying.
You're the last bastion. You're the last fucking one. See, that's Doc. Who else? I mean, at some point you gotta do it. He'll hire a chick to be your girlfriend and go undercover, get a dick pic, and then send it to him. And then I'll reveal to you at the end, like, "Oh, she was working for me the whole time." It was all my fucking plan. It was me all along, Aaron. It was me all along, Aaron.
Dude, what I bring to the party would make you guys all fucking quiver and crawl into holes because you guys can't compete with what I pack.
Exactly. Why don't you just show us if that's true?
No, man, I don't do that. Let your guys' imaginations run wild like Hulkamania.
Mm-hmm. That's two
Just
wrestling references right back to back. That's what you get here.
You know, when we're talking girth here, I'm just gonna say, Coke can. That's it. Coke can.
Why don't you let me pop the top and take a sip? I'll suck that tip so hard it'll fucking make your pee hole come outward, outside your body.
Oh my god, do the fucking weasel again. That's what you're doing? Yeah, you do it better.
It's kind of hard to do. You just gotta basically smack your tongue against your teeth real quick.
Adrian's imagination is like a bone saw. I don't even know what that means, but that was the name of Macho Man Randy Savage's fake. Saw. Yeah, bone saw. You ain't going nowhere. Yeah, that's all I know bone saw from.
It's genius.
Yeah, and Mac was saying that Adrian stayed up when he did part 2 of the RE7 playthrough. That was pretty fucking cool, man. I haven't watched it because I haven't finished it, but because I don't want any spoilers. But that was really cool that he did
Yeah,
that.
and you can't play it without getting sick. You whoop.
No, dude, I can't read better. Hold on, Max, give me shit. I can't read better when you're blowing up the feed with a million comments, man. I can't keep track. And then as you're telling this big long narrative about rock hard shits you take, you know, other people like Mendoza, of course, are peppering in their
Hey, that's
comments.
fucking Adrian the Mendoza to you, bitch. Adrian the Omega to you, bitch.
I don't fucking know, Max.
Is he being autistic?
Yeah, he's ruffling my feathers, man.
It's so easy to fucking save. Why am I not saving often?
I do think I need to be like wearing glass or something because it is kind of blurry. Because I'm looking at my far monitor over here trying to read the comments. It's kind of far away.
I still need a second monitor. That'd make this a lot easier. But it's
I got too much monitor. I got these giant ass monitors.
Bitch. Give it to me.
Like I got these two massive monitors next to each other, so I'm reading the comments on the right monitor here. And they're so big that they're so fucking far away. I'm looking like 3 feet away. It's just so big.
For you, those of you that follow us on our Instagram, if you saw fucking our boy Josh James, fucking another Omega, he fucking sent me. He's been saying for a while, like, oh yeah, I got you a present for your birthday, Zach, and it'll come. And out of nowhere, I got a package yesterday. I opened it. It's a fucking signed autograph of fucking Pauly Shore, the man himself, the greatest actor of our generation, thanks to Josh James. And look at that. You can see that Pauly didn't win the spelling bees as a kid.
But thespian skills don't they don't necessarily equate to
what is
book
it he
smarts and
signed?
spelling.
He put reveal house,
reveal or something. Yeah, he's not a smart cookie. Hold on. What we got here, man? William, that's a good call. Charles Bronson for Smash Brothers. Yay or nay? Dude, fuck yeah. Chuck Norris is a little played out. I mean, missing in action, Chuck Norris is pretty cool. But Charles Bronson, what would his final smash be? Would he just fucking stare somebody to death? You know?
He would poison your cannoli, and you'd walk away and then sit in the seat and
yeah.
eat it.
Yeah, Charles is definitely
that's
better.
That's like the lamest kill in any of the movies, but that's the one I always think of. That's genius. I just fucking died again and didn't save. I've been used. Fuck me.
Adrian imagines that myself, Aaron, has he has a harem of women on speed dial and can call them at any time. Well, I like to remain mysterious. I am notoriously private, which is funny because I do a podcast where I, not always private, but I still like to maintain. I don't know. Nobody will ever know. I might have a big Rolodex.
That's something they say. They say, the people who are fucking really good at the art of fucking, telling you very little, but making you think that you know a shit ton about them. That's dog.
Yeah. So, I could have this long list in a little black book, or I could just be pounding Mac's little fucking asshole every weekend. You'll never know.
Hey, look, here's all I have to do to save.
What's that?
That's it. And I keep forgetting to do it. Fuck me. Fuck me running.
So what's the progress in this game? Are we actually doing good, or are we doing shitty?
We're doing good. Besides, I keep forgetting to save and I die. But luckily, I'm not forgetting to save, to the point where I had to retread a shit ton of, spots or places that I've been.
Well, we're not going to beat it.
Yeah.
Hey, man, William, I could be DB Cooper, man. He's the shit. That guy's like a real-life James Bond villain. I've always been fascinated with him.
We talked about him a couple times on the show, I think.
Yeah, he comes up.
David Dakota, or who was the guy that Josh James got an interview with that showed up and watched our Mac and Zach stream on Munchie Strikes Back?
Oh, the guy who directed Munchie.
I always forget his name, but he directed a movie called BB Cooper versus the Sasquatch or something. Something like that. Ridiculous.
Adrian ain't never seen a single Charles Bronson film?
Oh, Adrian. Oh, fuck.
Watched Once Upon a Time in the West, man. Sergio Leone. That's fucking classic.
Or if you want something less boring, fucking Death Wish 3. Because westerns are usually boring.
William beat you to it. The very second you said that, it popped up in the feed. Watch Death Wish 3. It'll change your life. The same time. That's so funny.
It's like that scene from what's that movie called? The Camera Crow. Listen to this, it'll change your life.
Oh.
Listen to
You talking about Jerry Maguire?
No, fucking the one with the band and they're on the road.
Oh, fuck.
Almost
I
Famous.
can't think of it. Almost Famous.
That's a donk movie.
Jim Wynorski, that's right. Thanks, William. That was the guy. Oh, well, then you've seen a Charles Bronson movie because Charles Bronson's in Once Upon a Time in the West.
Yeah, he plays
but you're probably referring to like a Charles Bronson movie, like fucking Death Wish and stuff. So, or The Mechanic.
They recently got a Charles Bronson lookalike to do like a throwback to Charles Bronson movies. It's called Death Kiss. I watched that recently. It was okay. He was just there.
So he looks just like Charles Bronson. I've seen him, but does he act like him too? Does he have the down?
They overdubbed everybody in the movie. It seemed like, and I swear on the trailer it sounded like that he was doing a Charles Bronson-esque voice, but like on the dubbed version, it's a guy talking more serious. Like, what'd you say? Like it just doesn't fit. Don't work. It don't jive.
Jive turkey.
That ain't no jive, baby. Why do I keep fucking that up? Like this isn't hard to do. I'm a fuckboy.
You know, movie I was just thinking about today for the first time in a long ass time, and I haven't seen it since it came out, and it was playing all the time on HBO in like '97 ish or something like that. I remember my family and I were kind of living out of motels for a little while, and we'd always have HBO, and they played fucking Mars Attacks all the time. Mars Attacks and the Spawn movie, and I watched those like crazy.
Spawn is dog.
That's not a good movie, my friend. But I wanted it to be good. You want it?
I always so liked cool. It.
You like it?
I always did. I haven't seen it in years.
Well, the trailer always looks great, and I still think Spawn himself, the practical effects of him look cool.
That fucking CGI is CGI is the worst CGI in movie history, probably.
It's horrible, man. But anyway, that and Mars Attacks, and
I've never seen.
I haven't seen You never seen Mars Attacks?
Mm-mm.
It's.
Never seen it.
I don't know. It's a Tim Burton movie, and I think for Tim Burton, it's sort of a crater in his fucking discography. Like it's not looked at upon as like one of his highlights, but I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't remember ever being the biggest fan of it, but I've seen it a million times. But yet I look back on it fondly. Like I wonder if I would actually like it now.
Jack
Black's in it, man. Yeah, Jack Black. It's fried.
I'd suck his dick.
So I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
Exactly.
Let's see here. The first Death Wish is noteworthy for featuring Jeff Goldblum in one of his first roles as a gangster who rapes Bronson's wife and daughter in the film. He sure does. Fuck that guy.
He's always fucking Bronson. He's always getting his family raped, and then that's literally the setup to every Death Wish movie. It's every one of them is a rape revenge movie.
You know what's funny, William? I've never seen Ed Wood. That's like the only Burton film I've never seen, and Ed Wood's supposed to be one of the best. I've just never. You have seen it or you haven't?
I saw it for the first time just like a year ago or something.
What'd you think? Did it live up to the?
I didn't hear a lot of hype before watching it. A lot of the the style and humor kind of just went over my head because I just wasn't knowing what to expect going in. I don't knew who the guy was that they were making a movie about.
I don't think it was a hit or anything when it came out. It's one of those movies that's grown praise and in a fan base in time. And I think it was always critically loved, but I don't think it had its fan base right off the bat. I know fucking Martin Landau won an Oscar for that movie playing Bela Lugosi.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I said Bela Lugosi. I'm not one of those fucking tools that say Bella.
Is that how you pronounce it, or no?
It's Bela. Like so many people say Bela Lugosi.
Maybe he preferred it that way. You're fucking going against his wishes. You ever think of that?
Max never heard of Ed Wood. You don't even know the director Ed Wood and who sort of making the picture about?
He's like
He's the
he was the Tommy Wiseau of his generation, basically.
yeah, he was the king of the schlock, you know, making movies in his basement and bullshit. But no, I want to see it. I think when it finally really popped up my radar and I realized that I hadn't seen it, I was kind of over Tim Burton because and Johnny Depp too, because you know we kind of got Johnny Depp fatigued for a while there, and I still am. But you know, because I really liked him when I was younger, when he was in things like Edward Scissorhands and stuff like that. But you know, he got too big for his britches when he did those Pirates movies, and I
I've
just
never
couldn't be
seen
bothered.
any of those Pirates movies. Are any of them good?
You know, I think I saw the first three actually, and the first couple it's kind of like Harry Potter, where if you go to the movies, I mean they're entertaining, but I
Popcorn,
never felt compelled to watch them
flicks.
again. You know, they're just kind of good for the moment, I
It's kind
guess.
of like what's those Nicolas Cage movies, the Disney movies?
All of them. Oh, the National Treasure.
National Treasure. Yeah, I liked that. I always
Speaking of
figured maybe
schlock,
it's like
Adrian
that.
says, "Will you guys do a commentary on Alone in the Dark?" Well, it's funny you say that because we were just talking about that because we've had that on request for quite a while now, and it's been requested a couple of times, so we feel obligated to do it. However, we were discussing what we are going to do for December, and since it's going to be Christmas themed, obviously going forward, we can't fit it in there. So then we thought about maybe in January doing more requests or February, or we're
Yeah, we
having an
were
all
kind of make.
request month.
We were thinking about whenever we were still doing the Halloween Blitz, we were like, okay, next month let's make it the month of requests. We do all the requests we've gotten, and yeah, then we remembered like, oh wait, it's Christmas time. Fuck.
Yeah. And not to mention, I know it's going to be bad. I mean, isn't Christian Slater in that aborted mess? We needed a
Yes.
break. We needed a break to do some movies we enjoy after that Halloween stuff, which, you know, is beyond fuck all while we did Silent Night, Dead Night 2, because that kind of goes against that. But we just had to. But going forward, though, the rest of the month, we're doing some pretty cool shit, though. Like, we're going to do fucking Lethal Weapon. And we still got to decide when we're doing our live stream because we're going to live stream Christmas specials for you guys. And we're going to do live commentaries for everybody. So,
Yeah, and we were talking if Mac wants to join us for that fucking Ghostbusters one on New Year's.
so yeah, for New Year's, we're doing Ghostbusters 2 because it's one of the only New Year's movies you're going to find,
Me and Mac were
roughly.
gonna do Leprechaun Origins, but New Year's is 2 days, so if he it's up to him if he wants to reschedule that, or we could pre-record it even. It's up to yeah.
We'll get it worked out, but Josh James is going to be on it, and I know Mac wants to be on it because he loves Ghostbusters as well. So we might have a fatal four-way on that one. So that could be a lot of fun. We'll see. We'll see what we can do to work that out, but we're definitely doing that. And then yeah, I mean, after we get the New Year's film out of the way, we kind of have January to play around with other themes. So maybe we'll get to those requests. Yeah, fuck Origins. I agree, man. Mac. Oh yeah, he said he'd rather do Ghostbusters because fuck
The
Origins.
new
Dude, I
one
agree.
came out today.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, so we're probably gonna watch it before we like. We don't want it to be a blind commentary, right? So we could go ahead and watch it if we want, because you
Now,
know.
wait. So, what's the best way for me to watch it if it's a sci-fi? It's a made-for-TV sci-fi movie, right?
Yeah, it came out digitally. I could find it, put it in the box.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'll watch it. William, that's a pretty good idea. Why aren't y'all doing Jaws, both the Christmas and a New Year's movie? You know, I really don't like Jaws. I don't even like the first
Jaws
Jaws.
4? Is
I've
that what he's saying?
I don't even like the good Jaws. Right? I've never gravitated
Jaws 4
towards
is
it.
fucking great just because of the plot alone. It's a fucking slasher movie with a shark. The fucking shark follows her to another fucking state. That's fucking genius. Whoever wrote that deserves a fucking medal.
Hmm.
Fucking amazing. That's like something
Yeah. No.
Macazak would do before Macazak existed.
And we got to leave some ideas for next year too, because we're gonna do. Okay, so Lethal Weapon. We're gonna have River is gonna come on. We said that we would do Die Hard 2 if man wanted to do it because that's his favorite Die Hard movie, and he says he wants to join us for Die Hard. So that means we got to do Die Hard 2. So I didn't realize December was going to turn into like action December, action Christmas, but it kind of has. But to kind of keep it festive, that's why I'm looking forward to doing that live stream with the Christmas specials. You know,
Mhm.
we're and we'll probably just do it all in one big like mini marathon. You know, because these Christmas specials are 20 to 30 minutes. They're not long. We're going to sit down and we're going to live stream and do a succession of Married with Children, the Christmas special. I want to do like fucking Rudolph. I want to do,
See,
which
I was
people are
thinking,
offended by the way. People are all offended at Rudolph right now and Frosty the Snowman in
yeah,
the midst of outrage culture.
that was, the thing with the Illuminati. We say Mac and Zach is above that. It's actually Mac and Zach's doing that. That shit's. We decided we'd use the outrage culture against itself and get rid of some of this pussy shit. And if you don't think Rudolph is pussy, then fuck you. We're trying to get rid of all the pussy shit by making people pissed off about it. And it's genius if you think about it. Mac and Zach are a donk.
There's people saying that Rudolph is endorsing bullying because people are just an asshole to Rudolph that whole movie. He's not good enough. He's an outcast. He's a loser. And then as soon as he can benefit the people that were bullying him, he's good enough to join the group, and he's happy with that, right? And
It
Santa,
is pretty stupid, but that's just all the writers, not really. What do you
yeah,
expect?
don't take it too seriously. It is pretty stupid. And Santa's depressing. He's a jerk. He's an asshole the whole movie. He doesn't want anything to do with Christmas. He probably wants to fucking touch kids. He really hates it, and it is kind of weird and off-putting. But that's why I like it, though. It's an interesting take on it. And then people were really trying to grasp the straw saying Frosty, because it just aired this week, I guess, on CBS. Oh my God, look at those kids. They're wearing shorts in the dead of winter. Like,
I'm tired of this
okay.
this fucking bullshit. The song says they placed a hat on his head and he began to dance around. In real life, you would fucking freak the fuck out at that. Stop lying and telling kids that fucking inanimate objects coming to life would be cool. I'm offended.
So yeah, we'll have that, and I don't know what we're gonna do. We can kind of go at it for at least a couple hours, man. Make it like a long commentary. And if we have a couple of hours, we got time to do a Married with Children like Zach wants to do. We can do fucking.
Here's the thing, though. I was gonna ask you this. There's two really great, Married with Children's Christmas specials. One is really technically only a special, though. The one with Sam Kinison. That one's over an hour because it was 2 episodes. A two-parter, but the other one is the one where fucking Santa Claus he's coming they're doing this thing at the mall where they Santa Claus jumps out of a helicopter and parachutes in, but his parachute malfunctions and he lands on the Bundy's fucking roof and dies, and then Al has to put on the costume and pretend to be Santa Claus for the kids.
We'll do whichever one you want, man. I want to do Pee special, and that's a little on the longer side. I think that was an hour special on TV, so without commercials it works out to probably be like 48 minutes. But no, we definitely got to get some of that stuff in. Yeah, so we shall see. There's so many movies we could do for the holidays, and there's always next year. Oh, just beat the level? What's that all about? Or is this like a Metroid thing where you got like an ability?
I'm looking at something real quick.
Yeah, Adrian says don't wear ourselves out thin. We're not. We don't want to do that. So it's not like Halloween at all. So we're just, doing 4 movies. That's pretty typical. And we're going to have one night where we're going to do the live streaming. We'll do it for a couple hours. We'll knock out a whole bunch of Christmas specials. That way we kind of get some live stream action in and we get some audio out of it. And we get to spend some time with you guys. So it's not too much at all. I'm very happy to do it. I love Christmas, man. Zach doesn't like Christmas movies that much, but I do.
I don't like Christmas movies. I don't hate the holiday. I hate the build up to the holiday. I like the night of Christmas when you're there with your family and everything. But the whole build up is annoying, and I always get fucking bummed out this time of year because fucking my dad died this time of year, so I always think about that, and it just sucks. But fuck that.
Yeah. Christmas isn't the same in my family since my dad died. I mean, I don't go home for Christmas anymore just because it's just kind of another day. I just typically save some money and go home outside of the holiday, right? And I don't pay all that fucking dough to fly home during Christmas. But it's just because, I don't know, my family doesn't really celebrate really anymore. It's not a big deal. But I still love it, though. I like the festivities. I like the movies. You know what? In a weird way, once a year, I like to go out into go to the shopping mall just once, just because I like seeing decorations and people playing Christmas music. I kind of dig it. And I like going to see Christmas lights. I'm a bit of a, wiener like that, but
A child.
yeah, kind of, man. I mean, I still got that part of me in me.
It's fun to take my niece to see them. She's fucking amazed by it. It's like, oh, I wish I could
There you
get that
go.
fucking happy about lights.
But you're living vicariously through your niece, right? So
Yeah.
you're getting something. You're getting something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So Adrian's enjoying the Mac and Zach Leprechaun Festival. Yeah, because Mac was saying you've still got one more Leprechaun to do after this new one. I listened to the Leprechaun 4 commentary today, actually. And you guys, when you guys started touching on Miguel Nunez Jr., you guys didn't mention that he was in fucking Slam Dunk Ernest.
You know what's funny is I was going to, but Mac threw me off because the first thing I said was, "Oh, hey, it's Demon," and then he goes, "Yeah, he's also in what, Zach?" And then I was getting ready to say it, and then he goes, "Friday 13th." I
You
was like,
guys
"That's the
literally,
first thing
yeah,
I
you guys,
said."
you guys literally went on this giant fucking spiel about Ernest too, and you didn't even like come full circle with that.
Oh, Ernest, Slam Dunk Ernest is the bomb, baby.
Oh man, William, I did Mac to do a commentary of Gremlins. Gremlins is another Christmas movie too,
We did that one last year too.
and I totally forgot all about it until mid sentence when I
You
was
know what's
saying that.
funny is I was like, "Oh yeah, we got plenty of shit to play around Christmas time for Revival House Classics," and turns out we don't because we got the Revival House Classics network feed right around Christmas time, so all that stuff's already there.
Yeah,
But all the older stuff, which the year before that we did one Christmas movie for Revival House,
yeah.
which is
It was
crazy.
funny. I almost recommended this year to Josh James and you and stuff like, "Hey, let's do Batman Returns." Oh, hey, we did that last year.
And we did it
You
with
know,
Josh James.
yeah, that was a great one though, man. I love talking about that movie, and I love how that movie makes me feel because you can't. I really do think that is way more of a Christmas movie, even going beyond aesthetic. Because think about it, it's a Christmas movie in spirit because it's reflecting the dark side of Christmas, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Penguin. It's putting a spotlight on the people that have nobody to share Christmas with, no family, right?
Yeah.
And it just makes their situations worse. The Penguin has no family. He's got mommy daddy issues. He wants to kill all the firstborn children of Gotham because he's
Because
bitter.
that's just the dank thing to do. It's a smart thing to do.
Well, think about it. Selena Kyle. Selena Kyle's depressed. She has nobody. She's lonely. It's the holidays, and it's just it's very subtly there that it's a looking glass on the other people on Christmas that aren't represented in the
Mm-hmm.
cheerful holiday movies, and it's really fascinating. I love it.
Or
I want to do
dog.
Gremlins 2, William. Man, I fucking love Gremlins 2. I think I like Gremlins 2 better than Gremlins 1.
I met the director of Gremlins too. Me and Mac did a horror out. He just showed up and signed shit for free. It was crazy.
Yeah. Zach Galligan does a cons a lot. He was at the last Kansas City Crypticon, and nobody was at his fucking table like all weekend.
Yeah, Judge Reinhold was there, and there was occasionally people there, but it seemed like every time I looked over there, no one was there, and I wanted to go say something to him, but I don't know. It was just like, oh yeah,
It's awkward. It's awkward when there's nobody there, and you're like the one guy that comes. What do you fucking say?
mhm.
You
But
know
then
when
plus, it's
clearly.
you can't take it for advantage of it because it's like, oh, no one's there. I'll talk to him in a second. Then it's like I'll get one of these guys that have people there, and you just keep saying that, and then eventually time runs out.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, but it blew me away, man. All weekend long, no booth, and he was he was right across from Kane Hodder, and it's a horror con, so it's like people are at Kane Hodder all fucking weekend, and I'm like, Kane Hodder does these things all the fucking time. Like, are
Judge
people
Reinhold was right across from Kate Hodder, and he was always full and too. He
and
was.
but Kane Hodder, you're gonna see him every year. Like he
Mhm.
does these same conventions every year, and it's like, and a lot of these people repeatedly go to the same convention, and yet they're not like fatigued by him. And you'd think somebody like Zach Galligan, which this was a few years ago, I hadn't seen Zach Galligan do cons before that. I think he's been doing them a little bit here and there since then, but that was like the first time I'd seen him do that. He like came out of retirement. Like, where the fuck has he been?
Mhm.
Right? And nobody was there. And I get it. He doesn't really have much of a career anymore, but you'd think Gremlins has the franchise has such a pedigree that you'd think he would just have people wanting to talk. And he was a star. He wasn't even just like some bit character milking off the role for some con money. He was the star, right? I
Mhm.
don't know. It's odd to me, but
Fucking basic bitch.
And that's right. He was in the Waxwork shit, man. We should ask him about Waxwork 3. I think there was one
Two.
guy.
There's only two.
I wanted. Well, on the. Well, no, he's saying he should make a Waxwork
Oh,
3.
okay,
Is what
yeah.
he's
I actually
No,
like.
on
I
the
remember
top-
liking the first Waxwork. It's been a
On the
while.
topic of like when there's nobody at a table and you feel weird, I was going around the convention that weekend and getting impromptu interviews with people. That's where you guys can see my Mark Patton interview that's on YouTube and things like that. But I was like, oh man, I could talk to Zach Galligan. There's literally nobody there. Even Patton had like people there. It's a horror con, right? It's like, what the fuck? But Zach Galligan did. And I'm like, hey, I guess I can go up to Zach Galligan and talk to him. But he was just alone the whole time, just kind of sitting there and a whole weekend. And I'm like, I kind of don't want to go up to him and talk to him because it makes me feel like I'm pitying him. Like, hey, you want to interview Gremlins guy? Yeah. So I didn't, and I should have. But anyway, one guy did end up giving an interview, and I overheard it because his booth was near mine, so I would like pass by it sometimes. And some guy was talking. I overheard him talking about 3 because at the time, Gremlins 3 was once again back on. And it was going to be a sequel because wasn't that one of those things where it's on again, off again, a sequel reboot thing.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, Zach Galligan's like, "Yeah, it's supposed to be a sequel, and I'm attached." Good luck for that, you know.
I think all you get from that is like a health upgrade. I'm just gonna say fuck it. I don't have enough health upgrades to get to that health upgrade. So we're gonna move along.
Adrian, he said he went to Dallas Comic-Con 7 years ago and took photos of morbidly obese nerds. It's good for people watching, man.
I might have been in one of those pictures.
That you were at Dallas Comic-Con? I got you. No, what's funny though is those are some of the nicest people though. When you go to those horror cons or, you go to a rock concert where it's these certain cliques of folks. They're just there's such a sense of community there. Yeah, sometimes I get over. Like, I don't like going to conventions anymore as like a spectator, but I love going and setting up shop and having a booth and stuff like that and feeling like I have something to talk about. That I get off on and I like chatting with people. But yeah, I can't go to that stuff as a spectator anymore because I don't go there and drop $1,000 on just junk, and I don't believe in autographs. I don't believe in paying people. I mean, if they want to make a buck,
believe in you though.
I'm not going to shit on somebody's ability to make $1 where they can. So if people can make a little money and people are more than willing to spend their hard-earned cash on it, that's fine. I mean, to each their own. I just don't understand it, and I couldn't do it. Like if I was famous, I would never charge. If I was in like the equivalent of Troll 2, and that was the only way I could feed my family was going to conventions and pitch and pouring myself out, I wouldn't sell my autograph. I couldn't do it. I'd have to do something else. Zach, I'd have to suck your dick and then charge you for that, and then take a free picture and sign whatever you got.
If you were in Troll 2, I'd have to charge you for sucking my dick. So.
William Lowry, what do you say here, bro? Revival House for Mac and Zach, and you guys need to come to Mississippi next year to our state's con, the Mississippi Comic Con. It's in June. So you brought that up before, and we would love to. So. This year, we've got Kansas City Crypticon officially booked. I've got the booths and I've got all the materials coming, and we're working on plans for that. That was kind of a natural way to get our feet wet with it again because it's right smack dab in the middle of the country. It's close for Riverman. Josh James is originally from there, so he can attend. It's not too far for Zach, and I don't mind making the trip out there. I got family. So it makes sense. But I would love to go to more of these cons, and obviously there's enough of us. I think we're at a point where we maybe have the manpower, but it's the time. I've spoken ad nauseum about this. It's like, we're getting older. Our time is very valuable, and it's really hard just to make it, even though we want to. So I would love to schedule more cons going forward. Maybe some more stuff like that. Just kind of see how they go. But maybe that's something that like the Patreon we're about to sort of go over in the next week might kind of help and stuff like that. I don't know, but we want to be able to make this stuff happen. We just need it to be right for everybody, you guys included. So, but yeah, man, I'd like to go to Mississippi. Let's see. Oh, Adrian, he also took a photo with a cute guy in a Superman costume. You can easily see this guy's cock and balls. left no room for the imagination. You could see his religion, could you? Was Superman Jewish?
You can always see. I don't like that euphemism because you can always see their religion if they're wanted to. If they're uncircumcised, they can be any religion.
So William,
it's not a good way to gauge the cock you're sucking.
On your note there, William, you know, you like meeting actresses and stuff like that and actors, and chatting with them and stuff. So that's where the type of convention you go to comes in. That's why I don't really like these really massive conventions, because they're very corporate and they're not intimate at all.
This is weird. I hit a glitch where none of the enemies are moving, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
way easier.
When you go to those really big conventions, they're corporate and they're very structured, and they have like those waiting lines that are snaked with like the bars and shit, and you can't even see anybody until you actually get right up to them. And even then, after you're done waiting through the big line that's like akin to Disneyland or something, Magic Mountain, and you step up to the plate and you're going to talk to somebody like Bruce Campbell or whoever's at this convention, you got some handlers shuffling you along super fast because they have so many people they have to get through, and it's so impersonal. But if you go to a smaller convention, I don't know what Mississippi Comic-Con's like, but Kansas City Crypticon was always like that. It's so much fun, and you get a lot of these same guests at the smaller cons, but they're not as structured. You don't have all those boundaries between you and the guests, and you can go up to lonely Zach Galligans and have conversations sometimes, and those are fun. So that's why I like the ones that we're going to. So I mean, if your con is like that, man, I might be down. So I worked a booth at Phoenix Comic-Con a few years ago, and that's a really and you kind of get lost in the shuffle. It's so exhausting because it's like multi levels. There's like 2 or 3 levels in the complex, and there's just so many vendors and so many actors, and it's just wall to wall people. That's the convention that somebody tried to fucking murder Jason David Frank. Zach, remember that?
Yeah. I'm the Punisher.
Yeah, he came in dressed like the Punisher. It's not funny at all. It could have been a disaster, but he had real weapons, and he just walked on in. It wasn't funny
then. We can laugh about it now because nothing happened.
He walked on in, man, just in character, like no one's gonna question me and all these weapons I got. So after that guy got busted, they're like, hey, one bad apple spoils the bunch, as they say, or whatever. And he's like, yeah, no more fake weapons. And I remember the whole nerd culture was getting outraged. Bah! I'm like, guys, let it go. You can still dress up like you're fucking geeks, man. Just you can dress up as Deadpool. You just can't have a sword. I mean, you'll get by.
I spent all this money making this fucking realistic fucking flute thing, and I can't take a picture with Jason David Frank holding this flute and blowing into it.
Let's see. William says all the cons I've been to are pretty small compared to the bigger cons. It's only recently years that the state has finally started doing cons of their own. Yeah, I mean, there's just a point where they get too big. Like, I would never want to go to San Diego Comic-Con. I know that's like a nerd mecca, a haven, but dude, it looks miserable to me. I got buddies that run websites and shit like that, and they get passes every single year. I've been invited to do coverage and shit for other like friends' websites and stuff, and they would pay for me to go out there if I got the coverage and interviews and wrote the blog. I'm like, no way. Like, I wouldn't do that. It's like miserable. And every time I watch them come back every year and I read about their time there, they're always so exhausted. They're not really doing anything fun because they're so focused on getting through crowds of people, waiting in lines, getting through the hustle and bustle, and asking stupid journalistic questions. And it's just, it doesn't sound fun to me. I don't know. Waiting in lines is not fun to me. A shit ton of people, like, to that amount is not fun to me at all. I got to be able to breathe, man. Are we at a good stopping point here, man? Where are we at this game?
We can stop wherever you want, baby.
We've been going kind of long, man. Are you guys sick of hearing us talk? We've been going for about an hour. But, yeah, once again, tomorrow we got Silent Night 2 commentary going live with Mac. And I guess, William, if you haven't seen the movie yet, maybe you want to stay away from that one, I guess. But regardless, it's not a good movie. So, I mean, I think you should stay away from it regardless. But, yeah, I don't know, man. Anybody else want to give us any shout outs or you ask us anything before we book out? Well, it's almost 11 over here, William. I know, man. It's late, dude. We're keeping you up, man. It's 10 over here. You know, I get up early in the morning, man. I got a real job, unfortunately. You know. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for joining us, and we will see you again next week. We're going to be on time this time. Zach had internet issues, like we were saying, and we couldn't record on our normal Sunday night. But we'll be back as normal this Sunday with another Retro Rampage. New commentary tomorrow. Zach, and then I think Thursday night, will you help me record a new Deep End? Thursday?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so Thursday night, recording a new Deep End. Finally, I want to get into a groove of doing those regularly, and hopefully we'll have that out this weekend. And yeah, love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody out.
This
Later,
is where I'll
fuckers.
continue if I ever do a part 2. Love you guys. I'll
All right,
suck your
bye.
dick.